Hello, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Stacy. If you're not new here, welcome back, and thank you everyone for clicking onto this video and being interested in my thoughts and my recap of Go Wild in Dallas in April of 2024. So I'm hoping that this won't be a super long video, unlike my swag video, which I'll link down in the descriptions. But I wanted to just quickly come back, round out my whole Go Wild vlog journey, and I'll throw the number up here. But yeah, I wanted to finish out that playlist, finish out the whole adventure, and give you just like my final thoughts, my final like tally of the cost and a couple of tips and things to consider if you are planning to go in 2025. So if you are interested again in my thoughts, stick around. All right, so I know that the number one question or consideration for Go Wild is cost. So I'm going to jump right into it. Now, the other thing that I will state before we move forward is that this is my personal experience, my personal thoughts. Everyone's going to have different finances, considerations that they need to make when they decide to take this trip to Go Wild. As we all know, the locations can vary, and so the cost will vary. So take that as you will. So back to the cost. So I live in Arizona, and I did fly to Go Wild. And so for me, the cost involved the ticket, obviously, to Go Wild, airfare, hotel, food. I did not have to use an Uber, and shopping, basically. So first things first is the Go Wild ticket. So Go Wild is $699 if you are a Wild U alumni member. I'm not sure what they call them. You get a $50 discount. So when they announced Go Wild, obviously, you know, my dream was to go. I wanted to go, but I hadn't taken the leap or decided. And so when the tickets first released, I did not buy a ticket. I waited. And then somewhere close to around the time that they released them, they were doing, I want to say it was like Instagram lives or Facebook lives. Maybe it was even just on the web, but Wild University was doing a live, and they were basically celebrating all the folks who had bought a ticket and were going to the event. And they had this big old wall with like star sticky notes, and they were writing everybody's name on it. And if I remember correctly, if you signed up during that event, you would get $50 off for life. They also had said that you could do the payments, you could do monthly payments for like, I don't know, 5 months, 4 months, something like that. And I kind of hemmed and hawed during the whole like live event, and kept seeing like, you know, they're writing their names on the star sticky note and throwing it up on the wall and celebrating. And she was doing like this whole confetti carpet, like, you know, confetti up in the air celebrating. And that kind of got me. I wanted my name on the wall. I wanted to hear my name out loud, that Anastasia's going to Go Wild. So I said to myself, okay, I'm gonna jump in. I'm gonna buy the ticket. We'll do monthly payments, and you know, in a month or two, if I look at all the logistics and this doesn't work for me, then I'll just, you know, stop the payments, and I'll only have lost out like a couple of $100s or whatever. I don't recommend this. Obviously, you know, you want to save up and plan for it and all the rest of that. And, you know, again, lesson learned. I will try to do that this year once I know where Go Wild is going to be. So anyways, I signed up and got super excited, and about maybe 2 months in, you know, talked with my hubby, figured out like arrangements for kids getting to school and all that stuff, and I decided to go. So once I did that, by then all the hotel rooms, the room blocks were booked up, and I was not able to get at the Loews Hotel. So originally I was booked at the Sheraton, and then I want to say like 2 months prior, I was seeing posts in the Facebook group. Go Wild will set up a Facebook group for all the attendees, and you can go in there and share a wealth of information. But I kept an eye out on the posts where folks were talking about either roommates or like booking the hotel. Wild U kept posting, you know, where the hotels they had added on the Sheraton. They would maybe once they added on another block of rooms, and of course I missed it. So someone had posted that they weren't going to be able to attend, and so they were giving up their room, and if you needed a room still, you could go to Loews and try to get a room. So I ended up calling, and I didn't get a room at Loews, but I got a room at Live at Loews, and it was significantly more. It cost probably twice as much, but I was very nervous about the other hotel being further away from the event. I was a little nervous about quote unquote going by myself, and I didn't want to be that far away. I didn't want to take an Uber, I didn't want to walk, and so I was like, okay, I'm just gonna bite the bullet and endure the extra cost and stay at the Sheraton. So then at some point they started doing giveaways for tickets, and I had tagged Chrissy from Just Starkey because she really wanted to go. I really wanted her to go. I wanted to experience this with her. We've been friends for quite some time, and she's the one who gave me my first break on a PR team, taught me a lot of things, and you know, I really wanted her to be able to experience this with me. So she ended up entering the contest. She had tagged me as well. We conversated back and forth in that post, and lo and behold, her name got picked and she won a free ticket to Go Wild. So because I had already purchased a ticket, she was able to pick someone else, which was amazing. So, you know, she decided that her and her husband were going to drive, and she offered to pick me up at the airport. She offered to take me back to the airport. So I was super grateful and relieved that I didn't have to get in a vehicle on my own or figure out, you know, how to get to and from places, because she offered to be my Uber driver essentially. So one of those costs, you know, that's one of the costs that I didn't have to endure. So the other story that I'll get to before I throw up the total is the hotel. So probably about a month into it, or a month away from the event, Ruth from Ruthville Planning reached out to me on Instagram and asked if I had a roommate, wanted a roommate, needed a roommate, because her roommate was not able to make it after all, and she was not expecting to endure the whole cost of a room, and she had a room at Loews at the main brand new hotel. So I ended up calling her, chatting with her for a little bit, kind of wanted to hear the story of like what happened. I wanted to get that comfortability of, you know, I was secure in getting that room before I canceled my reservations, because I had finally gotten close to the hotel, you know, separated by Skywalk, obviously. But so anyways, we chatted for a little bit, and you know, I had talked with Ruth on and on offline, and felt comfortable that, you know, she was good people and she wasn't going to back out on me or anything like that. So I said yes. Later on, like that same day or a couple of hours later, Lorna ended up joining the room, and that brought my cost down significantly. So, you know, one room for 3 nights, because I stayed Thursday, Friday, Saturday, checked out Sunday. We split the cost 3 ways. So that was a significant savings. So I'm going to go ahead and throw an image up here that kind of breaks down everything. So in the beginning, I talked about the $50 off for life Go Wild ticket. Now, I don't know if this is an error. I checked and double checked, but I got $50 off every single payment that I made. So in total, my Go Wild ticket was actually $550. My airline flight from Arizona to Dallas, Phoenix to Dallas, was $358. And then we split the room. My share was $375. And then some of the other costs that I'm going to talk about is roommate gifts, table mate gifts, and then quote unquote honorary roommate gifts. So I chatted briefly with Ruth, wanted to see if she had already planned some roommate gifts with her previous roommate, and wanted to make sure that I didn't miss anything and, you know, wanted to participate. So she said that she had planned on doing that, and so I ended up having some of those what I call emergency purse pouches left over from my table mate gifts, and I'll throw an image up here if you didn't watch that video. I had some of the pouches left. Now, I didn't have any of the items inside the pouch, but I decided to go and purchase some earrings from Kate Spade. So these are similar to what I purchased. These were sold out, but they were studs, and they are a circle with like scalloped edges and a heart in the middle, and they remind me of a Happy Planner disc. So they came packaged in this pretty pink Kate Spade little pouch that I tucked in very nicely into the pouch, and I put their initials on the top with like a what do they call them? Those Chanel stick-on letters that you can find at Hobby Lobby. So that was my roommate gift, and so between the two of them, that was about $100, probably rounding up. And then honorary roommate gifts, I ended up getting something for Chrissy because, you know, she's basically my planner bestie. I adore her. She's always been, you know, generous with her time, with her resources, her knowledge, her sticker shop. And I wanted to gift her something special. And so I probably spent about $50 in total of the items that I had sent to her. And then aside from that, Lila from LB Novelties lives local to me and is a good friend of mine, and I wanted to gift her something as well, just because she's sort of been my cheerleader and listening to me as I hemmed and hawed about going to Go Wild. And so again, I probably spent about $50 there as well. And then the other cost is the table mate gifts, which you know, everybody always says you don't have to do it, it's not mandatory, but I highly recommend that you do it because almost everybody does it. Now, if it's a last minute thing that you end up going, or finances are tight because again, this is a very expensive trip, you know, no one's going to fault you for it. No one's going to even notice, honestly, because when you arrive to that table, if you arrive late, okay, maybe, but if you all sit down sort of together, no one's really going to notice because that table is just jam-packed with so many things. And so I ended up making 10 of those emergency purse pouches. One of them I actually gifted to Lila, that was included in her gift, and then the other 9 went to the table mate. So in total, the cost for all the items that I included in it was $250. So those break down to $25 a piece. And then food. So I didn't eat as much as I was anticipating, and I didn't really venture away from the hotel grounds. Basically, I did go and have dinner one night with Tina at It's a Wonderful Plan. We went like across the way to Live Lowe's, and we got a burger and fries and a drink. That I think was really the only time that I quote unquote ate out. I did eat another burger, in fact, at the hotel lobby bar. I think I was sitting there with like Lorna and let's see, Delilah. I met some other wonderful ladies, but Desiree. And so those were probably like the 2 quote unquote meals, like, I don't know, hefty meals, if you will. The rest of the time it was like trying to grab the snacks during the energy break. And yeah, I didn't eat a whole lot. So long story short, the food costs that I spent while I was there was $136. And that includes coffee when I got to the airport, when I departed, coffee when I went to the Dallas airport for departure. I might have gotten like a breakfast sandwich or something like that. I think the night that we came back to the hotel from Plan Jamma, they had like this little cafe shop thingy that had like, you know, take and go type snacks, and we got gelato and mousse, and learned the name of a gelato flavor, and I think it's called Stracciatella. I don't know. I was with Ruth and Marisol, and the way that Marisol was shouting out this name was absolutely hilarious. We even made the young lady, you know, serving just laugh out loud. It was pretty funny. I can't pronounce it. None of us could pronounce it. Only Ruth could pronounce it. But that was super fun. So yeah, so about $136. And then I did do some shopping. So at the planner fair that they had pretty much the whole time we were there, I shopped at Simply Gilded. And I'm trying to think, I think that's the only like quote unquote pop-up shop. They had Pipsticks, but I ended up not picking up anything there. So I had Simply Gilded, and then I had ordered or picked up some pins for my lanyard from a gal, Texas Planner Babes. So I owed her a cost, and so my shopping was about $275. And then let's see, we had contact cards. So a lot of people will order a contact card. So whether it's business card type card or a like 3x3 sheet that has stickers on it with like your QR code and your picture. You could put a picture of you. And I grabbed my lanyard so you could see. This is where I have it placed, and I'm just gonna throw that up there. So I had that made by Just Starkey, and try to see. I did get some pins. I don't know if you can see that. So it's a coffee mug, Ray Dunn inspired, that says Texas. I picked up like 3 pins, I think, from Texas Planner Babes. So contact cards, I ended up buying that little pink cellophane plastic baggie and some lifesavers to put inside the baggie, and I bought those on Amazon. So $125 for the for the contact card gathering, and I had bought 100 of those, 100 contact cards, the baggies, and then this huge bag of lifesavers to throw in there. So all of that, again, to include the ticket, the airfare, the hotel, roomie gifts, table mate gifts, food, my individual shopping, and contact cards. So, obviously the food and the shopping is going to vary. Your table mate gifts and all that stuff is going to vary, but my cost all in, not including pre-travel prep work, like I bought a new luggage bag that later I come to find out wasn't big enough. I got my hair done, new highlights and cut, you get your nails done. I bought 2 new pairs of boots, one of which I didn't end up wearing. I got some new walking shoes, some new Skechers. I bought a shirt or 2, some jeans, and so I'm not including those costs because those are things that I will use over and over again. And one of the pair of boots I absolutely love. I wear them quite often, actually. So so all in, I think everything that we've discussed, I think my total, and I'll throw it up here again, is over $2,000. You can find savings where you need to. I think if Ruth hadn't reached out to me, I would have spent another, $800 for the hotel. And I'm absolutely so pleased that, she reached out to me, because having a roommates plural, was really fun. It was just like a slumber party. I've made some lifelong friends, and it was really good that I had like a home base, if you will. I had someone to kind of keep tabs on me, check in with me. Being a first-time attendee, I had someone that I knew I could count on, that I could come back to or contact if I was, feeling alone or scared or whatever the case may be, and not coming home to an empty room, and being able to kind of stay up and talk and share experiences and laugh and just ask someone, how does this look, or hey, can I get you a coffee, or Lorna, you need to eat something, that kind of thing. So I really enjoyed having a roommate, and if I'm able to go again, I totally would do that in a heartbeat. The other thing is, again, I'm super grateful to Chrissy for her picking me up at the airport and taking me back, and being able to hang out with her and experience all the people that came up to her and excuse me, wanted to take a picture with her, and then in turn I got introduced to them. So it was great to again have people that and that kind of leads me into the next thought that I have, that I want to share. So I really feel like this trip was meant for me. I don't think any other year was truly meant for me to go. I don't think I was in the the right headspace, financial space, security, like self-awareness space that I would have, I don't want to say been successful, or like, I don't know if I would have enjoyed myself as much. And that's probably just, you know, being silly, but I feel like I have a bigger presence in the community. I've ventured out and talked more, tried to connect online, made more friends, that I felt more confident in that I belonged there. And I'm not saying that anyone who is new to the community doesn't belong there, but it was my own insecurities that I wasn't, in the past, I don't think I felt like I was worthy enough or deserved it enough. And I know that sounds ridiculous, because I work hard, I earn a living as well, and you know, I'm a good wife and mom and daughter and all those things. But I don't know, it was something about this year, it being in Dallas, and you know, knowing all the people that were attending. Like, I just really wanted to go. I really wanted to be there. I really wanted to be amongst those people. I really wanted to meet those people and just be a part of the whole experience in Dallas. So, yeah, I'm glad I made the leap. Now, saying all that, I don't know if I'll ever go again. It is an expensive trip. I think my family did pretty well with me being gone as long as I was, and I think they would be perfectly fine with it if I did it again. But again, the cost is significant, and I think it's just going to depend on where it is next, how far it is, how close it is, and just, you know, just where I am in my dynamics of the community and what I'm doing and what I'm working on. But if all things fell into place and it made sense, yes, absolutely, I would go. I would get a roommate. I would even bring my family out. It was really nice to see other content creators, planners that had brought their families. I know there was some controversy about people bringing their children, and I just thought that was ridiculous, because, you know, that's what makes us who we are, is, you know, the people that we memory keep about the plans that we're making that includes our family. I absolutely enjoyed being able to see other people's small children, especially because my kids are older. I have a 19-year-old, a 12-year-old, and a 7-year-old, and I got to see little toddlers and babies running around or being carried in a carrier. Don't get me wrong, I wouldn't bring them. You know, I need that mommy time alone. I need to unwind, unwrap, but I also understand that at that point in time and that point in their lives, it's really hard to separate from them, and I get it. I think that's another thing that helped me, you know, be so comfortable with this, is that my children are now at that age that I feel okay leaving them. I think if it was a year ago or 2 years ago, I wouldn't have been ready. My youngest would have been like 5, and I don't think I could have done it. So yeah, but I don't know. I think that's really all that I want to share. I enjoyed the event in itself. I enjoyed all the speakers. I loved all the hands-on workshop. I really wish they would do more. I will say that, you know, it's extremely tiring. I do feel like at some point I was getting a little dehydrated. I'm from Arizona. It's a dry heat. Texas was very humid, and we got some rain. There was like one day that it was raining like all day, and I didn't plan well enough to bring snacks or carry a water bottle, and I made one. You saw me make that Stanley water cup, and I left it in the room. It was like sitting on the shelf the whole time. I forgot to bring it down. So if that's one of the tips I would say is, 1, bring your water bottle and actually drink your water. 2, bring snacks, because you can't expect and depend on the energy break to have enough snacks to go around. I mean, I don't know if people were grabbing too much or if it was poor planning on the events part that they didn't like bring the snacks out in, you know, stages, if you will, so that, you know, by the time 1,400, 1,500 people come into the room, there's a little bit out there for everybody. And then 3, my tip would be go ahead and take your breaks. If you are feeling run down, if you are tired, go take a 15-20 minute break. I did do that, I think twice at some point. I was just feeling extremely tired, and it's all the excitement. It's getting up early, you know, getting to the airport, all the peopling, talking, listening and absorbing all the information. It can really drain you. So I do recommend taking the breaks. And then other than that, just enjoy yourself. Like truly be in the present. Enjoy yourself. I thought that I would do a lot of vlogging and taking video. I did go on and do lives on Instagram, but I didn't take as much video, and I'm okay with that. I really feel that I spent a lot of the time just being in the moment, enjoying everything, and I absolutely did. I mean, I participated in all the workshops, the hands-on, like learning and crafting. Like, I was super excited for Mark at Mark Your Pages, and, you know, looking at the bullet journaling and the highlighting and making boxes and doing all those things. And then the washi art with Irene and Jerica, all of that stuff was absolutely amazing. And I hope that they continue that and bring more of that, because that was really good. Yeah, so I think that's everything that I'm going to cover. Again, I wanted to make sure I didn't make this video super long, but I appreciate you all coming along this journey with me. If you have any questions, feel free to put them down in the comments. Let me know if you went. Did you enjoy it? What was your best takeaways, your worst takeaways? And are you excited for next year? Where do you think they're going to have it? And let me know if you're going to go. Again, it's going to depend for me on where. I don't want to go too far. And I would really love it if it was close. If it was Arizona, that would be amazing. It'd probably never happen because we don't have anything super eventful here. I mean, we have the Grand Canyon, but that would be a drive if they brought it to Phoenix. And we don't have any super new convention centers just yet. But wait, they're coming. So maybe 2027. They're actually building... I think it's called like a Mattel amusement park. So who knows, once that's up and running and, you know, all things are well, who knows, maybe they'll bring it in like 2026 or 2027. So anyways, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to my channel. I hope to start bringing up a lot more Plan With Me videos, hauls, and all the things. So again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys again soon. Take care, friends. Bye.